This winter, give your gas fireplace a little pizzazz. At Builders Materials, you can deck out your fireplace with realistic looking logs, fireballs, and even glass. Hey Aaron, nice to see you again. We're going to have fun with gas logs today, right?
Correct, yeah. We're going to talk a little bit about them today.
Gas logs, I traditionally think of just a setup like this, but you say they come in different varieties.
Yes, there's quite a few different things you can do. You can do a traditional setup similar to this here, or you can even have logs or rocks or sports teams, a lot of different elements.
Yeah, and you say that it's even the material that's used in these. Talk about that.
Oh, sure, yeah. For instance, this log here, it's a cement log, traditionally, which you see, you can kind of feel how heavy that is.
It's pretty heavy.
And whereas with this log set here, it's very light. It's almost like a paper mache.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it feels like a sponge almost.
Yeah, it kind of does, yeah. And it's amazing because with this particular log, what happens is when the flame hits it, it glows, like you would see your coals in your fireplace.
So it looks very authentic.
Correct.
And we're talking about glass too. I have some glass here. Now you're saying this is glass that is just tempered glass, but it's used as some sort of media in your fireplace.
Correct, yeah. Essentially all it is it diffuses the flame. It's essentially no different than your window glass.
And it's very nice to look at. I mean, it gives a different, elegant feel to a fire pit or a fireplace, right?
Yes, it sure does. Very contemporary, elegant look.
And I guess people are worried about glass, that it might be dangerous or might be tough to handle, but I'm handling it. So.
Yeah, they actually tumble the glass and they acid wash it so that it's safe.
And getting back to what you were talking about before, you said that people can get any style, any design they want, and even get their own sporting team on assembly?
Well, yeah, actually what they do is they have different footballs and soccer balls and different shapes, as well as cones and spheres that you can put in your fireplace.
So it's actually a design within your fireplace.
Correct. And one other thing I also like to mention is with this lightweight log that we talked about earlier, is they're very efficient. So they actually put heat into the room, which is a newer technology. And
talking about heat, because obviously traditional fireplaces may not emit as much heat as you'd like, these do better?
The radiant logs really do, yes. And what they do is they have basically a backing that irradiates into the room to produce more heat.
And again, this all has to do with your preference. And if someone wants information, what do they do? Just show up here and ask you?
Yeah, come on in. If you have some dimensions on the fireplace, that would be helpful so we can help size the log you need.
And you will even help them with maybe even some design tips if that's
Oh,
possible.
absolutely. We're happy to do that.
You're happy to give them ideas? Give me some of the ideas that you might suggest if people come in.
Well, it depends. Let's say you live up north and you want a pinion look, so I try to find a log that's a pinion. Or let's say you are very formal and want a contemporary look, we do maybe glass or spheres or different things.
And all of this is affordable, right?
Yes, it sure is. Much more affordable than putting in a new fireplace.
And that's the key here at Builders Materials. Thank you very much for having me out again. Great to see you.
Great to see you.
Imagine all the possibilities and options available with the help of Builders Materials. Their showroom is located at 1707 Commercial Northeast, or visit buildersmaterials.com.